Hey everybody, this is Dave here. What's in front of you are my hydraulic swedge kit and got a brain fart. Pipe bending set. This one here is a Refco, a pipe bending set that I managed to pick up at a very good deal from an HVAC supply warehouse. And a couple of times I used it last year on some of the jobs I did, for service. It came in very handy. It made installing installing the line set much easier, having much cleaner look and everything like that, and definitely helps you get the job done. Definitely helps you get the job done. Had to about a couple months ago, I had to replace 2 outdoor units that got stolen from the homeowner's home. They were still under warranty by the builder, but unfortunately, because they had already moved to the house and everything like that, so for the most part, they had to go through the insurance and come out of their pocket to have their outdoor units replaced. So having that pipe bending set, made reinstalling the new line set, for those outdoor units much easier, give it a cleaner look. Still take some practice to getting used to, because I haven't really used it that much. So whenever I get a chance, I do get like a piece of copper or tubing and then practice with it. And that's the key thing with any tool, no matter whether it's kits like these, your manifold gauges, your vacuum pumps, what have you, anything that you get as a tool, you definitely want to practice it a few times, kind of get the feel for it, kind of work it towards what works for you, and the like. And a couple months ago, I bought this swedge kit from online on Amazon, and because a lot of people they bulk at Amazon, but Amazon does have some good deals on HVAC equipment. And this thing here is great. I mean, granted, you have the manual, the manual, swedge kits or handles, stuff like that, where you use the big white handle. You got compressed down and everything like that. But this thing here, especially if you're in a very tight space where you don't have a lot of room to work with, and you kind of want to keep your line sets and everything close to the equipment as possible, so instead of you having trying to work on a line set away from the unit and have to bring it back and reinstall it, and if it's still not right, you got to take it back in, because that manual swedge handle is too wide. You got too wide of a swing. So having smaller hydraulic swedge kit makes it much easier. So you can keep your line set close to where you're working, so you don't have to go too far, and the like. So the only drawbacks to this is that you have to be careful when you're using this, because you can crack. I'll show you right here. You don't have a crack. I did it in practice, but not on this particular one. Especially with the 3/8 piping, you can easily crack the end of the swedge, itself. And even also on 7/8 3/4, you can, pull a little crack. When I first started practicing with this after I got it, I was cracking, the end right here, because it came down too far. And then I realized what I was doing was, instead of coming all the way down, okay, I would come halfway. So I would just crank halfway, and I just kept on going until the end split. Now, fortunately enough, I didn't split it that much, and so of course in practice, I was, it was thin hairline crack, but so it wasn't too wide to where you couldn't braze over it, and fix it. So then I realized that when you use these, you come all the way down. Okay, keep coming all the way down, and then eventually you're gonna start to crank down, and you can't go any further. Okay, that lets you know that your swedge is done. So don't do halfway, or don't do a little bit, because you will wind up, cracking the swedge at the end. Come all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, and it makes it a lot easier. So what I'm going to do is I have a couple of copper pieces here, and I'm going to demonstrate. So in a nutshell, this is the adapter piece for all the fitting heads, and this particular kit has 3/8, 1/2 inch, 5/8, 3/4, 7/8, 1 inch, 1.5 inch, and I believe you can also buy 2 inch and 2.25 and 2.5, if I'm not mistaken, from Mastercool. This is a Mastercool set. So the pipe bending is Refco, tube bending is Mastercool. So put the adapter piece on, and they all come pre-oiled. Okay, I don't know if you can see that well enough on camera. Both the unit and all the dies all come pre-oiled, and it also have extra little tube of oil just in case you need it. It also comes with this deburring tool. So after you cut, and they tell you that in the instructions, when you cut a piece, definitely clear it out. So I'm gonna do it over here in the trash can. Give me a second. Actually, I can do it in front of the camera. Much easier. You just. Oops, sorry. You go back the other way. Now this makes it easier for the die to fit inside. Okay, so you definitely want to deburr it out a little bit, get all the shavings out, and the compressed ends and whatnot. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to demonstrate what happens when you second here. And you put the die over top. So what I want to do now is slide the fitting over, close the valve. Now I'm going to try to split the end on this one. Okay, so this is what happens when you, let me see if I can zoom out a little bit. So this is what happens when you go halfway. So it takes a few pumps. Then you start to feel a little tension, and like I said, I'm not going all the way down, so I'm gonna keep going. And see, you'll see it start to, I don't know if you can see because of the camera, you see it start to form pretty well. So it's very easy to, lose track, lose focus. And then next thing you know, because sometimes you're not sure, and you don't want to have to use the release valve, and you can split this thing. Which I don't think this one allowed me to do that because it's kind of stopped on me. So that's it. And then after that, that's what I did. See, nice, nice swedge and everything, and tube, nice and tight. One braze and you're done. It doesn't get any better than this. Now, I also own. Here it is, right here. This particular flaring and swedge kit. I'm pretty sure a lot of you are familiar with this. With this here, you take out your. I want to say it's called a mandrel, but I don't think it's called a mandrel. But basically, you remove the fitting, put the appropriate die that you want to use, and then try to work this thing. And then you gotta get the tubing in just at the right depth. Then when you crank down on this, you get a proper fitting. And sometimes, you go through the whole process, then you gotta, crank this thing all the way out, and then you test to see if the tubes are connected, and it doesn't. You have to hook everything back up and go all the way back again. I mean, I still keep this as a backup. You know, I'm a big fan of, you know, having backups to everything, just in case. But, close this thing. Hold on. It's not closed. There we go. Yeah, so I mean, I still keep that on my truck, just in case. You know, anything happens, but you know, I don't anticipate anything happening to this kit right here. So again, you know, what I'm also going to do is real quick, because I did read when I was researching, you know, this swedge kit on Amazon, some owners who have, you know, bought this kit, and the biggest complaint was the fact that you could split the ends real easy. Oops, sorry about that. Especially on the 3/8 inch copper lines. So again, you know, this comes from, you know, practicing with it when you first get it. You know, you know, keep a couple of copper scrap pieces to, you know, to practice with. Right now I'm cutting a piece of 3/8 to kind of demonstrate, but this has made my job way easier, way easier. And I guess, you know, price per dollar, you know, to buy this whole swedge kit, as opposed to buying several different manual, manual swedge swedge pieces, or swedge handles. You know, this will pay for itself in the long run. Especially if you're doing a lot of you know, installs or change outs and the like. Let's see here, take this one off. And like I said, another cool thing is when you get this case to keep everything in, so everything stays clean. You don't lose it as long as you're not careless with your equipment. Let's see, I might have to deburr this a little more. Yep, just a little more. Slide that right on there, and like I say, close the valve port, and I'm going halfway like I initially was doing. Now see, I'm still going not all the way down, but halfway. It's forming. And alright, there it is. I don't know if you can see it. Let me tone this light down just a little bit so you can see it. See right there. Hairline crack. See, let me get this thing to focus. Come on, focus. Hold on, let me see if I can get my camera to focus, people. Hold on a second. Come on. There we go. Alright. Hairline crack. I mean, still, you know, you're able to braze this, you know, even with that small crack. But, like I said, just be mindful. So what I'm going to do next is to do the other end. Now, yes, I am getting metal shavings in my case, but I do have a powerful mat to get all this stuff up. Okay, close down on this. But this time I'm going to come all the way down. It takes a few squeezes for it to get going. And I think that's it. Yep, that's it. So now, hold on, let me adjust my focus again. Hold on a second. There. See, nice, beautiful. You know, one joint that to worry about instead of doing a coupling, two joints. This is great, especially if you're low on gas. As far as your whether your turbo torch or your oxyacetylene, and you're very low on gas and you don't have to worry about too many fittings. This right here works pretty good. Reduces the amount of fittings that you have to deal with. So that's it in a nutshell. Mastercool hydraulic swedge kit, Refco 2 pipe bending set. And unfortunately, I don't have any extra long pieces or scrap pieces that I could demonstrate, the pipe bending set. But pretty much, you get the gist of it. For the most part, it has 2 sets of dies. This one here, I don't know if you can see that. One side is 5/8. And also 5/8, half inch to 5/8, and then 12 millimeter, 16 millimeter on one side, and then the other side is 1/4 inch to 3/8, 6 millimeter to 10 millimeter, and then you have the larger. I hope you can see that, which is 3/4, 19 millimeter, and 7/8 to 22 millimeter. And for the most part, you just connect it like so. Whatever, and then you select the appropriate die that you want to work with. That goes on right here. Okay, and then at the bottom it has a little release, see, handle. So to drop this mandrel back down, you just hold the handle out and push it all the way down as far as you can. And again, make sure the size that you're dealing with is on the bottom of towards the pipe itself. So let me take this off manual focus. Let's close that. Okay, so for the most part, you just squeeze down the ratchet, and you can make it, very good, 90s and a like that. I don't think this piece, well, this piece is long enough, so I can try to use that. Give me a second here. Again, pull the handle out, push it down. Let's work this off. Now, in case you didn't know, with some of these pipe bending sets, they have 2 hash marks. So depending on which way you want to bend the metal, left or right, if I'm not mistaken, if you want to bend your pipe, towards the left, you will line up on this right marker here on the side, and if you want to bend it to the right, you use the left marker. I'm not sure the significant difference or why you would do that. I haven't figured that out yet, so if, if anyone of you can explain that, that would be great. So, make sure this is 3/8 facing the bottom, which it is, 1/4 3/8. In this case, you just start trying to do this one hand and hold in front of the camera. So the cool thing is, you can use 45s, and actually you can see, 90 degrees starting to take shape. Like so. Okay, and when you're done, you just push your hand down, bring the mandrel down, and you have a 90. So between these two kits, you can really do a nice, decent installation on your line sets, and the like. Some kits have what's called a reversing adapter. So, like how earlier, I was bending the tube this way. There's some adapters that allow you to bend the opposite direction depending on which way you want, your line set to go. So, that's a nice thing to have. This kit doesn't have it as well, but you can make do with it. The key thing is, you got to kind of picture in your mind when you're installing your line sets how you want it to run from beginning to end. Let's say you're coming out of the wall here, you want it to go down, then you want it to bend. So if you want your tubing to kind of bend this way, you got to put your for demonstration purposes only. Oops. This piece might be a little too short, but we'll make it work. Okay, I think that's it. Yep. So depending on how you want your tubing to go. Now, it looks a little crazy because this piece is a little too small. But as you can see, if you're coming out of the wall, then you go down towards the ground so many inches, and then you want to run straight to the line set. And also too, like I said, you got to bend to the left or bend to the right to get to your your unit. As you can see, this makes it a whole lot easier, and as you don't see any kinks. No kinks at all. So it's a nice uniform bend all the way around, so you don't have to worry about any kinks where your refrigerant pressure could just leak out of that kink, or the kink creates a hole or a gap, and you have to try to either cut this whole piece or braze it, what have you, and the like. So. That's it in a nutshell. And this Refco kit comes with deburrer, a reamer and deburrer, assembly piece, and also a pipe cutter. It also has the I can get this little thing out. Come on out. All right, it has the little deburrer tool right there, so. Nice, pretty decent. I think I paid like $118 for this whole kit right here, which wasn't a bad deal. To go from 3/8 all the way up to, I believe, 7/8. Yeah, 7/8. So pretty much all the standard sizes that that you come in contact with in the industry. So, so that's it in a nutshell. Refco pipe bending set, and then the Mastercool hydraulic swedge kit. And if you have any questions, feel free, to email me. I'll be happy to answer. And like I said, I bought this from a HVAC supply warehouse, and I got this along with some other items from Amazon, Amazon.com. All right, enjoy your day.